Larnell Lewis burst onto the scene with this live recording with Snarky Puppy. Since then, he's become a household name. On people's lips in GOAT discussions.
I feel like as we are watching him play, we are experiencing him become one of the greatest drummers ever.
So you know Larnell, but how well do you really know him? Like, if you had to do a convincing impression, could you? Today, I'm going to share 5 secret things that make Larnell sound like Larnell. Some will be aesthetic choices, like this. Others, in fact, a lot of these, will be specific things he does on the drums. And my promise is by the end of this video, you'll be way more familiar with some of the basic tools in Larnell's toolbox, in a way that will make you a better drummer. We hope. Oh, I'm Nate, and people call me the 80/20 drummer. And on this channel, we blah blah something something drums. But you're not here for me. You're here for Larnell. So let's get to that. And folks, in today's video, we're going to have a lot of Larnell licks. And you might be tempted to transcribe. Actually, you're probably not going to want to transcribe it. But that's good, because we did it for you already. You can get that for free by clicking the link below the player, telling us where to send it on the next page. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. Thing 1 that makes Larnell special. The thing! Okay. For practically any drummer we cover, there's one thing that you know it when you hear it, and maybe you even smile when they start doing it in a live performance. But you can't quite put your finger on it. For Keith Carlock, for instance, it was this. But for Larnell, as soon as I play you a couple examples, you're going to be like, yes, that's it. So here goes. Example 1. Here it is in another context. You know it, right? Luckily, Larnell himself showed us a bit behind the curtain in a Drumeo performance. So let's take it to the cat. If I play sextuplets on the snare, that's sextuplets on the snare. Yep. Now I play my kick drum along with the right hand. Now I'll move my right hand to the cymbal. Now I'll move my right hand to multiple cymbals. Now we'll move the left hand to the floor tom and maybe back and forth. Now we'll speed it up. Finally, we'll add a nice 6-stroke roll going into it. And remember, all of this will be transcribed for you at the link below the player. Anyway, now you've got the lick. It's simple, but not easy. And we'll get to plenty more licks from Larnell, but before that, let's cover something which I think is about his background. Check out this solo. Check out this solo. Notice anything? I'll give you a hint. This solo from Dana Hawkins where he does the same thing. It's super simple. Larnell likes to play the hats with his left foot, doing a lot of stuff. My instinct? This is a jazz thing. Will the facts support me here? Let's go to Wikipedia. Well, that's a 0. So I'm out on a limb here, but I still have an instinct that says it's a jazz thing. But whatever else we say, he utilizes the hats to keep time in a bunch of scenarios. In fact, thing number 2, use of the hats with the left foot. This is something you can practice too. I don't know why I thought you needed a drum demo of this, but here goes. I'll put the metronome on and practice just improvising with the hats on the quarters. It's pretty useful if you want to play something off the beat, but still want the audience of the band to follow you. Ready for something a little more unique? So you probably noticed stuff like Larnell's flamboyant style, or the thing we talked about before. But my guess is the next little thing is something you maybe haven't noticed. But here it is. Thing 3 that makes Larnell unique. This little cymbal double thing. Here's my favorite example. Let's go to the kick. So if we just play doubles between the kick and the left hand, and play the right on the cymbal along with the kick, then move the left hand to the floor tom, then we can migrate the right hand from one cymbal to another during the doubles. One thing I like to do with this is alternate between sixteenths and triplets. You can also turn it into a 5-note pattern by delaying the 2 right syllables, like this. Ooh! Finally, we can merge this together with our first hot lick, the thing, to make kind of a chain or a sequence. Seen enough? Back to taste stuff. Because our fourth thing that makes Larnell isn't the lick at all. It's his tuning aesthetic. Here's a clip of Larnell playing a solo over a musical interlude. One thing that hits you right away is his tuning aesthetic. For contrast, let's look at a clip from another excellent player, Eric Moore. Or another of my favorite players, Justin Tyson. In these circumstances, they have what I might call a tight aesthetic. Big differentiation between accents and ghost strokes, and drum tuning, touch, and mix all toward a very gated sound, like you might mix them as an engineer if you were trying to avoid bleed. It sounds close-mic'd. Larnell, by contrast, likes to tune the drums in the medium range, and likes the room mic sound. Again, like a jazz drummer. And even though he has complete control of his stick heights and accents, Larnell intentionally incorporates some medium volume accents, like Keith Carlock does here. That's also more of a jazz aesthetic. To prove I'm not way out on a limb, I consulted the experts at this type of thing, the guys over at Art of Drumming. Here's what they had to say.
Everything sounds very crisp and clear, yet natural and very musical, with the resos being a third higher than the batters. To mic it all up, we used a single biodynamic TGD70 just inside the porthole for a nice blend of attack and low end.
So this isn't a lick, but tuning's a super important part of a drummer's sound, obviously. But now, let's get lickety again. Thing 5 that makes Larnell special. Stadium rock singles. Of course I jest, but one of the things I love about Larnell is how he mixes and matches licks from the hippest parts of drumming, like those migrating right-hand doubles. With stadium licks that are timeless and just look and feel cool. Hence, the stadium rock singles. Here's the famous What About Me solo. And here's another example from the City Lights solo. Here's how I interpret the gist of what he's doing in What About Me slowed down. 2 ways we'll approach this. To get that cool 5 effect, we can start with flat flams on the high tom and just a single on the kick drum. Then we'll migrate the hands so that 2 strokes are on one tom and 2 on another. Now we'll hock at the hands so they form singles and play the kick drum as a double. Speed it up and there's a 5 version of our stadium lick. If I manage to catch it and remember it, here's something like the transition Larnell does out of this lick too. The other angle to approach this from is simply to play singles and multiples of 4 and receive them with a double on the kick. Bam! Did we do a thing? Anyway, you guys, make sure you leave a comment below and... Bro! You're really gonna leave without talking about the biggest thing? I don't understand. I thought we covered all the... You know what I'm talking about. You don't mean the... You're afraid to say it. Why are you afraid to say it? The hurtas. There, I said it. I'm not afraid. It's just that this video is supposed to be the subtle, below the radar reasons Larnell sounds good and... Do the hurtas, bro. Okay, tell you what. I'll make a second video where we go over the hurtas and... Do it. Reason 6 why Larnell sounds like Larnell. Hurtas. Yeah, bro, get it. Example 1. Example 2. There's an interesting way he links those hurtas to the metal singles too. If you'll indulge me. In the What About Me solo, Larnell is playing hurtas like this. And I'm not guaranteeing this is a note-for-note accurate rendition of exactly what Larnell is playing. But if you play that style of hurta, then connect it to the metal singles, it sounds like this. And that's how you get the gig. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed those actually 6 things that Larnell does subtly that make him sound like him. Hopefully 5 out of the 6 were surprising to you, and hopefully if you practice this stuff, it'll help your drumming. Anyway, as always, leave a comment below. And one more reminder that if you'd like a free transcription of all the licks I played in this lesson, you don't have to do it yourself, we've done it for you. You can get it for free by clicking the link below the player and telling us where to send it. Dudes, it's been real, always enjoy these. See you again real soon in another lesson of the week.